So boys, it's been a long time since I've actually uploaded on this channel, but today it's February 1st, Johnny Manziel, he's got his comeback season going on, so I decided to do maybe my own version of a comeback season in the form of a new NBA 2K18 MyGM series featuring the Miami Heat. So one team I've always never really done a MyGM series on, or like a MyGM in general on, is the Miami Heat, because back in the day, used to have LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, a stacked team. It just didn't seem too much fun in order to break down the roster and rebuild to have actually like a good team in the next few years with youth and stuff. But today, since that Miami Heat, they don't have that great of a team. Like, they've got some decent pieces like Goran Dragic, they've got Hassan Whiteside, Dion Waiters, Justice Winslow. Like, they have some decent pieces, but I think I could go and take the team, build up a little bit more, and make them into a true contender in the Eastern Conference, just to make them great again kind of thing. Even though they're doing alright this season, I just want to take the roster, make it better for the future and beyond. So, we have the Miami Heat here with owner Brad Arida. It's revered by the entire Heat fan base. Brad is willing to open his checkbook for any player that helps him win rings, which is good for us because we want to sign some big pieces. He is intent on growing the Heat brand and will be certainly involved in the big decisions. So, we have our topics and their importance to the owner, 2 stars for importance of money, 5 stars for importance of team success, 5 for importance of team image, 4 for involvement, 4 for morale, and 4 for patience. So, it looks like he's just more of an owner that is willing to spend a whole bunch of money to get success now kind of thing. So, we'll have to go, if we want to do a big rebuild, little rebuild, kind of small, but rebuild quickly though to be good for maybe a year down the road, 2 years. So this year's kind of a waste because we're not going to win because the Golden State Warriors exist in the league, and they win every single year if there's nothing done about your rosters. So this year we're hell-bent on trying to find some picks, get some draft picks for some of the players left in the team, get some younger players for the older players that have a little bit of trade value on this team, and just rebuild, make the team good for next year, and see what we can do next year with the team we get after this season. So, we have the Heat, 86 overall, 84 offense, 89 defense. Seems a little bit overrated, but at the same time, they're not that bad of a team. They're just a decent overall team in the NBA. So, let's get right into this and start off this MyGM. So today I went and skipped past all that original crap of like it's starting off and having that huge injury, because at this point I really don't care about that aspect of the MyGM. But I'm gonna go meet some of the people on the franchise. We're gonna get a new press conference for us, and it looks like who we're gonna meet right here, Hassan Whiteside. So Hassan Whiteside, I don't know what my plan is with him at this point, but at this point I think he's probably good to stay for maybe a year or two and then see what his trade value is. But right off the bat, might as well just check what his trade value is anyway, just to see if we can get some good pieces right now. So it looks like they're happy to go have a good year, but joke's on them though, because this year is not going to be competitive for us whatsoever unless somehow we have a surprise run with like a crappy team. But here is the owner. So let's see this. The new general manager of the Miami Heat. So let's check this, 36, blah blah blah. With this MyGM, it goes through way too much detail. Like, if I read all this stuff, it'd take like 10 years to get through all this stuff. So might as well just go get right into this, because everyone else who sees this video is gonna know the whole story anyway, so it's even the use of going through this. So today, the most important part of the episode, the big press conference, see what's going on here for this year. So welcome, what do we need for this team? I don't love where we're at, but I think maybe not total rebuild, minor tweaks I'd say. It's not a complete rebuild, but we need some tweaks here and there. We'll keep maybe 1 or 2 pieces, but at this point, I don't know, we'll see what's going on. Any thoughts on that coach? Happy with Eric Spoelstra. I'm confident in the coach. He's good. So, got through all that crap. Now we're actually into the MyGM, and so let's go evaluate our roster for this season. So we go to front office. This year I haven't played too much 2K this year, but I want to get back into it. That's why I'm doing this series. But here we have Hassan Whiteside, our franchise player, I guess you could say. 87 overall, 28 years old, still a number of years of him left being solid in the league. Then at point guard we have Goran Dragic, the newly minted all-star after who got injured again. I don't know if it was Who's his replacement? I gotta figure that out. Kevin Love, that's who we replaced. So, the newly minted All-Star after replacing Kevin Love, who got injured, breaking his hand. The Cavs this year are just a mess, by the way. They're just... Oh, I don't see them winning the finals this year. If they do, that'll be super surprising. But, we have Goran Dragic on the team, 82 overall, 31 years old. Maybe another year. I'm guessing maybe this year might be his last year as a member of the Heat on this team, because he's a solid point guard, but he's not really what I envisioned for a franchise at terms of point guard. So Dragic, maybe a year left in this team. We'll see what's going on there. Then we have James Johnson, 78 overall, 30 years old, solid veteran on the team. We have Kelly Olynyk, who's having a pretty good year actually on the Heat, 77 overall, 26 years old. We have Wayne Ellington at 77, 29 years old. We have Josh Richardson at 76 overall, 24 years old. We have the injured in real life Dion Waiters, 76 overall, 25 years old. I want to keep him on the team because he's a pretty good player though. Then we have Tyler Johnson there, 75 overall, 25 years old. I believe he has that huge contract on... He better not have that huge contract. I'm pretty sure he does, but if he does, we're gonna have to trade him. Yeah, 18 million for a 75. That's not worth it at all, especially if we have Goran Dragic at point guard making way less than that. Or not way less, but like, I don't know, how much is he actually making? Because Goran Dragic, he's got a better overall, plus Tyler Johnson. I think he's making more than him, is he? 19.63. Yeah, he is making more than Goran Dragic in the long term, so he's got to get out ASAP before his contract kicks in. I'm pretty sure it already impacts the trade value in the game, so we'll see what he can get from him. If we can trade him for like a decent bench player with a small contract, that'd be just super solid. But for now, we'll keep him on the team. Then we have Justice Winslow there, 75 overall, 21 years old. Then we have Bam Adebayo at 75 overall, 20 years old. We have Magruder, 74, Mickey at 72. We have Derrick Jones Jr. at 71, Udonis Haslem at 70. And we got White at 69, AJ Hammonds at 68, 65 for Derek Walton Jr. So that's the team overall. The team isn't that good. We got a whole team full of bench players, essentially, besides Dragic and Whiteside. But the team needs an overhaul just based on the fact that it's young talent, but it's not good young talent potential-wise. So we got to really make sure we get some good guys that come in that have a little bit of potential, so they can actually grow into that potential and be a solid player down the road. But right now we have an undecided Goran Dragic on his contract. I expected 24.95 million. Oh, just the new NBA making... Got players that are like 82 overall, should not be making 25 million, but that's the new NBA in 2K, so it's gonna have to be the way it is. So we'll go and take a look around the NBA, see what's going on here for trade value at terms for like a Dragic or a Whiteside. Let's put up Dragic on the trade block, see what we can get from. We're not gonna trade him right now, but we'll see what's out there, and if there's some good players like Dario Saric on there, maybe you might trade him. So we have Saric and we have JJ Redick. Redick's only got 1 year left, so it's not that bad of a deal. We have Olynyk get it going and Dragic going though, so this trade wouldn't be that bad for us long term and for right now, because Saric, I believe he has like maybe a B+ potential, because potential is actually pretty good in this game, and I want potential right now for this franchise, a B, so he can grow up a bit. But other than that though, he's a solid player in the NBA right now. The only problem is his perimeter defense, but he's only 23 years old. He's gonna grow a little bit more, so that defense is gonna get better. His shooting's kind of a mess right now, but we'll see what it's like down the road. But overall, solid power forward return for Goran Dragic. Then we have Bobby Portis from Chicago there, not too bad right there. We have Jeff Green, J.R. Smith. Then we have DeAndre Jordan for him. This is kind of interesting because we could get DJ, but if we get DJ, we already have Whiteside in the teams. It's kind of a useless trade, but not that bad though for value, I guess, for Dragic. Then we go to the Atlanta Hawks. We have John Collins on the trade block at power forward. He's got great rebounding, pretty decent athleticism for a 6'10 player. Shooting's not all too bad. I mean, he's a solid player in a return for Goran Dragic. To the next trade though, we do have Malik Monk from Charlotte. Go to Utah, we get Derek Favors, Thabo Sefolosha. Then Sacramento gives up Zach Randolph and Vince Carter. Then we go to the Knicks, who gives up Enes Kanter. He's having a great year at the Knicks though. 83 overall, 25 years old. He's still very young. A pretty decent player though in the NBA. at center. But the thing is, we don't need centers at this point. Like, we could get a guy at the power position, but I don't know, we'll just leave it. I'm just pretty sure we'll just go and find an actual dedicated power forward to go put at that position. But then we go to Lakers, we get Jordan Clarkson, who is making not too much amount of money for what he gives up though for his production. Like, his production is very good compared to his contract value. He's got great athleticism, pretty decent at IQ. His potential's an A- too as well. He's got pretty good playmaking. Inside scoring is not too bad. His scoring overall is not that bad. His rebounding solid for a point guard, and his perimeter defense is not too bad along with his post. His post defense is bad, but that's predictable for a point guard. But Jordan Clarkson, pretty good return though for what we give up in Goran Dragic. And plus we get Julius Randle as well. Like, this trade is pretty good actually, because we're giving up, what is it, 15 million in salary compared to 18.47. So that's pretty solid for me. Actually, I could take this trade if I wanted to, but I'm not sure if I want to trade Dragic yet on day one. It'd be kind of stupid, but alright, we'll see after this. See if I feel like trading him or not. But go to the Magic, you give up Elfrid Payton and Terrence Ross. Mavs give up Wesley Matthews and JJ Barea. Nets give up Spencer Dinwiddie and Alan Crabb. The Nuggets give up Emmanuel Mudiay. I remember him back on the Wizards GM. He is pretty good on that Wizards MyGM back in 2K16. But I wish his potential was better than what it is right now. Like a B-, like that could grow a bit, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, he'd be sick to have in Miami though. Emmanuel Mudiay. So Dragic, we do have that solid trade offer from the Lakers with Clarkson and Randall, only for Jordan Mickey and Dragic. So if anything, I would take the trade, but right now we'll take a look at what's on the market for Tyler Johnson. If you could find a trade for Tyler Johnson, that'd be solid for us, because we need to get rid of his salary before it jumps up or even skyrockets next season. But we get Justin Anderson from the 76ers. The Bucks give up Dellavedova. Bulls, like, you're not going to get anything for Tyler Johnson as value, but we'll see what we can get. Got Kyle Korver from the Cavs. Celtics give up pretty much nothing. Clippers give up Patrick Beverley. This trade isn't that bad itself. Like, he's got a team option for 2018 as well, so he would be solid for next year too. This trade is actually really good for us. His defense is great, his scoring not the greatest, but it's still better than Tyler Johnson's overall scoring. Like, his perimeter defense great, playmaking pretty good, athleticism is solid. Like, Patrick Beverley is a great pickup for Tyler Johnson, but we'll go take a look at what's left on the market though. Get JaMychal Green, Dwayne Dedmon, Fabo Cephalosha, Vince Carter, Kyle O'Quinn, Tyler Ennis, DJ Augustin, JJ Barea, Nick Stauskas, Richard Jefferson, Corey Joseph. Some of these are not that bad of trades, I guess. Ish Smith, Lorenzo Brown, Danny Green, Alex Len, Raymond Felton, Al-Farouq Aminu, Sean Livingston. Livingston's not that bad too, but he's 32 years old. So, if you want to get a veteran point guard who's better than Tyler Johnson, even though Tyler Johnson's his shooting is actually garbage for what he is, this is a steal for what we get. So, Tyler Johnson for Patrick Beverley. I didn't want to make a trade in this video, but guess what? We're making a trade. Johnson for Beverley, a steal for us. We're taking that all day long. So we make our first trade in the first episode, but I just had to do it though. If you're laid down that offer from the Clippers, you got to take that 100% chance every time, because Johnson's making like 24 million next year, whereas Beverley's got a solid contract under next year. We could trade him at the deadline next year if you really wanted to. So we'll do that any day of the week. So we'll go and allow, what should we do? We'll view the menu and see what's going on here. So after that trade, we have Wayne Ellington at shooting guard, Dragic at point guard, and we have Beverley at 6-man, which is not that bad, but should we see about that trade with the Lakers? It's kind of interesting because we would be getting Jordan Clarkson, a career 6-man, like he's solid at 6-man. We could propel Beverley onto the starting point guard position, but at the same time, Dragic, he's too good though. I don't know, should we risk Dragic, his trade value going down throughout the season, and then if you want to tank properly, we got to get rid of Dragic, but I don't know, what should we do here? With the trade for the Lakers, I guess you would be getting, we do need a power forward, and that's Julius Randle. He'd fit in at the 4 spot pretty good. And then we also get a 6-man or even a starting point guard in Jordan Clarkson. He's solid as a starter as well. And he would fit our plan for the youth. He's only 25. Randall's only 24. I think the only thing we'd have issue with is the contract situation with Randall and Clarkson. But we'll go and take a look at... what is this? Go to Dragic again. I want to see if that trade offer pops up again. If not, well, I don't know what we'll do. But with this trade, though, we do get Saric and Redick, but we're giving up Olynyk, though. I don't know if I want to do that. This trade, you're getting Bobby Portis and Jerry Grant, but you're giving up your starting point guard. Then the Cavs get Jeff Green, but we're not getting Jeff Green. I don't want DeAndre Jordan. I do not want... Or John Collins wouldn't be that bad, but at the same time, I don't know. I'd rather just go and pick up what we get from this trade. This trade is very solid for what it's worth. So with Julius, great inside scoring. His defense is not all that bad. His rebounding is good. His athleticism is solid. But his contract situation. His contract is done at the end of this year. That's a problem right there. But we'll go. We have Clarkson still under contract until 2019 at $13 million. That is very solid for us. Whereas Dragic, his contract bumps up to $18 million next year, $19 million the following year with a player option. But I don't see Dragic sustaining his potential and his overall value over the next year, though. Like, I could see him dropping to maybe an 81, 80 overall after the terrible year we're going to have this year. So, Dragic and Mickey for Clarkson and Julius Randle. I don't want to make a trade, but I might have to, though. Yeah, I'm sorry. This trade is just too good to give up. So, yeah, Dragic and Mickey for Clarkson and Randle. We'll go through, and obviously it will. We've accepted the trade. So, Dragic now on the Lakers. They have a point guard, but they have Lonzo Ball. It makes no sense for them whatsoever, but I don't know why they offered that trade. Like, it's too good to get. It's almost exactly like the Beverly trade. It's too good to not... too good to give up, basically. Because you're getting Randle, a guy who fits in perfectly at the 4th spot. You're getting Clarkson, a guy who can start at point guard for us and fit our youth movement in Miami. And then you have Whiteside leading the team at the 5 spot at 86 overall. He's going to have fun playing with Randle, with that front court with Randle and Whiteside. Then in the back court, we got Ellington and Clarkson. My only issue is Ellington at shooting guard, but what you're going to do, though, this team is not going to be this good. Not that good this season, so it'll be good for next year, but this season, kind of a waste if we have Dragic on the team. You just need to get rid of him at his highest value point, and right now, that was basically it. So, we made the right move, acquiring Clarkson and Randle, the two youth, like 25, 22 years old. You gotta acquire that if you're giving up like a 31-year-old. So, the issue is, hopefully, this trade is received well, because it just makes more sense for us whatsoever. So, Son Whiteside isn't happy about rumors about trying to trade for a guy at his position. So, I'm guessing the DeAndre Jordan situation popped up right there. So, rumors fly, and Whiteside caught wind of them. So, anything to be worried about? We could probably use one of these pitches, but at the same time, guarantee no trade. Because we're not going to trade Whiteside right now. If we do, we're trading him next season for a pick, like a top pick. But right now, he's fine. I think our team's solid. Let's go maybe Sim. Because we could play this game at the same time. I'm not sure. We'll probably play the home opener against the Pacers, though. Let's go Sim to this game. We got the Magic. Or should we, no, we'll do the starting lineup first, actually. So we have Clarkson at point guard, Wayne Ellington at shooting guard, James Johnson at small forward. We got Julius Randle at power, Hassan Whiteside at center, Patrick Beverly at 6-man, Kelly Olynyk coming off the bench, Josh Richardson, Dion Waiters, and Justice Winslow just kind of sitting there. That's kind of sad, actually. It's too bad he doesn't get any minutes. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. We don't need James Johnson sucking up all the minutes. So we'll give him 29, 22 should be good. We need to give Justice Winslow some minutes, at least. Because we don't need, like, Richardson taking up that many minutes. It's just crazy. Give him about 13, I think. Yeah, it's good enough. So, we do have, what is it? A 10-man lineup. So, 10-man, we have a lot of guys coming off the bench. But at the same time, we need as much production from the bench just so they can develop a little bit more. Because our bench is mainly young players that need minutes in order to develop. And we need to go and have them develop next year at least. so we can have a solid year next year. This year's a write-off pretty much. But first game against the Orlando Magic of the season. Simulate with Simcast. See what we can do here right now. So a trade popped up here: Hassan Whiteside and James Johnson for Paul Millsap and Miles Plumlee. Hell no. Just decline that one right now. So we had the first game of the season, Magic versus Heat. Let's check this one out. Hopefully we can win this one, but if we don't, it doesn't really matter at the same time. We dominate them 118-97. So this team is playing pretty well, I guess. It's only the first game of the season, but I like to see wins nonetheless. So let's see this. We need loyalty. So we won 119-97 against Orlando Magic. Wayne Ellington, huge night. Huge opening night in the NBA. 25 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 9 for 17 shooting, 7 for 13 from the 3. Solid night from beyond the arc. But then we have Josh Richardson there, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal on the game, 5 for 8 for from 3-point shooting too. That's pretty solid. Whiteside 14, 11, and 2. Johnson 12, Olenek 12, Clarkson 11, 3, 2, and looks like 4 for 6 shooting on the night, so it's a pretty decent night for Jordan Clarkson's first night as a Miami Heat. Then we have Patrick Beverley there, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 3 for 7 shooting, 2 for 4 from the 3 coming off the bench. Then we have Dion Waiters, 8 points, Julius Randle, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Kind of an awful night shooting, but I don't know why he attempted a 3 though. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, let's take a look at Winslow, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 block, 1 for 3 shooting, and an offensive rebound. So the only one with negative plus-minus on the night appears to be Justice Winslow, which kind of sucks, but I guess it's going to be the way it is. So we won our first game of the season against the Orlando Magic. Not too good of a win at all because of the Magic, but still a win nonetheless. Let's go sim up to the Pacers game. And what should we do here actually? The Pacers, kind of a solid team. Were they in the NBA? Did they win their first game? Check this out. So right now we're 1-0 obviously after winning that game. The Pacers are 1-1. So next episode, how much time we have here? A solid first episode. We acquired some pieces we need for the future for the semi-rebuild we're going to try and do in Miami. Anyway, next episode will be the Indiana Pacers game. I'll play that one, edit it up a bit, and show it off. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.